4-month-old Musin just started laughing, bringing joy to first-time father Mustafa, who swells with pride as he shows off the nursery he and his partner Tamisha designed.
Everything was Tamisha's idea. The name on the wall, his crib, everything.
Now all this, just reminders of the life that could have been.
Musin is going to miss out on having a great mother. That's what hurts so bad about this situation.
His partner, 38-year-old Tamisha Dickey, died giving birth to baby Musin. Tell me about Tamisha.
Very generous, motivated, dedicated to her family. She was just a caring, loving person.
Her pregnancy had been going well. She was not high risk and had been regularly going to her prenatal visits. But during labor, Tamisha began having trouble breathing. Within minutes, she went into cardiac arrest. Doctors performed a bedside emergency C-section to try to save her and the baby. What went through your mind?
This can't be happening. You know, it just seemed like a dream. I could just hear him, we're trying to bring her back, trying to grab a pulse.
But for Tamisha, it was too late.
Her OB, she came out and told me, said, I'm sorry. She didn't make it. I broke down. I witnessed her take her last breath in front of me.
She died of an amniotic fluid embolism, an often fatal complication that occurs in 1 out of every 10,000 pregnancies. We don't know why it happens or how to prevent it.
As a mom, you can be as healthy as can be. You can have the best prenatal care in the world. In spite of all of that, things can still go wrong because the system that's set up to take care of you isn't reliable. Did everybody get a good night's rest?
Dr. Neel Shah is not talking about the care in Tamisha's hospital, but the entire medical support system built around women before,
The second time around, it's a little bit easier.
during, and after pregnancy.
You see your sister?
Deficiencies in the entire system that will result in an estimated 700 women dying in the U.S. this year, and 60% of those deaths are potentially preventable. Shah says potential life-threatening complications in pregnancy and labor are not being recognized soon enough or being acted on fast enough.
If a man walked into an emergency room with chest pain, a cardiologist would have to see that person within a defined amount of time. It's very common for a woman to go into an emergency room and not see an obstetrician for many, many hours.
So that's gender discrimination in medicine.
I think there's probably no other way to put it, yeah.
And when quality of care varies tremendously from hospital to hospital, and half of the counties in the U.S. don't even have a qualified midwife or obstetrician, you get a crisis that has ballooned out of control. Who in particular is being affected the most?
If you're an African-American mother, your risks of dying in childbirth are 3 to 4 times higher than if you're white. African-American women are less believed when they express that they have concerns about their symptoms, particularly around pain.
Dr. Shah has taken it upon himself to find solutions inside the hospital so they can be applied on a national level. We spent over 24 hours with him and his team at Beth Israel Deaconess in Boston, Massachusetts, to see how they do things differently. It starts with communication.
Okay.
A moment like this, called the huddle.
She is currently 5 to 6, 80, and -2. We just checked.
Where all the doctors and nurses meet to discuss every patient on the delivery floor.
She's pretty benign.
So everyone is accountable for everyone's care.
It's been shown across the country to make a really big difference in patient safety.
Any allergies to medications? Great.
Down the hall, Wendy and her husband John have just arrived.
You are doing awesome.
In labor with her first baby, Wendy has decided to try to go without an epidural.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Something only 10% of women choose. And she's given the time to explore this option. Time, another tenet of Dr. Shah's approach to fixing the system.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Deep breaths.
Knowing when to wait and when to act swiftly.
Oh, good. All right.
Eventually, her contractions become more painful.
It's not a cop-out to get an epidural. If it's what you wanted to do, like, we're 100% behind you and supporting you to do that. She gave the order. You're doing so good. You got this.
4 hours later,
3, 2, 1. Air out of your mouth.
she starts pushing.
Deep breath in through your nose.
Big push. Everything you
Hold your
got.
breath,
Come on,
hold
keep
your breath,
pushing, keep
hold your
pushing, keep pushing. Big push.
Push, push, push. There she is. There she goes. More. That's it. Look at this head. Take a breath. 1. Great job. Oh, we've got a hand.
we have a
baby. She's crying. Hey, Lydia. Hi, little one. Hi. We were waiting for you.
We're gonna have a baby.
Oh my gosh, you do.
Hi.
But in that moment of joy,
John, would you like to cut the cord?
Wendy is unaware that she has started to lose a lot of blood.
You have a higher than average amount of bleeding right now. We have a residence.
For Dr. Shah, it's time to act swiftly.
There's 2 places where you can have a little bit of extra bleeding. One is from the tear and one is from the uterus. So we gave you some medicine to help with the uterus part, and I'm going to do the repair now for the tear, okay?
She's lost a liter of blood in minutes, which qualifies as a postpartum hemorrhage.
And there was something pumping back there that I think was probably vaginal that we got. I think we're okay.
Thank you so much. One big family. Yes,
Let's do
thank you
fist
very
bumps
much.
all around.
Thank you very much.
Ah!
Thank you.
You may think that once a mother reaches this point, that she's in the clear, but that's far from the truth.
One of the things I'm actually very worried about is that our whole healthcare system unplugs after the mom goes home until about 6 weeks later. The plurality of American women experience some form of postpartum blues or depression.
Something Eric Dykes and his 5 children experienced firsthand. Today, they're on a familiar drive.
Yeah. She's right over here.
Their mom, 39-year-old Emily Dykes, died in 2016.
Mommy.
She had been struggling with postpartum depression.
The most difficult thing I've ever had to do is to tell my kids their mom wasn't coming home.
Childhood sweethearts, Emily and Eric already had 4 children, Jace, Colby, Macy, and Addie.
Your presence I miss, your memory I treasure, loving you always, forgetting you never.
In 2015, they welcomed 5th child, Trey, but things were different this time.
She would get very anxious and agitated quite easily, had a difficult time sleeping.
They saw her OB, who prescribed an antidepressant, and for a while, things got better. But soon, Emily was struggling again.
We sought help from psychiatrists. We sought help through therapists. So we were doing everything that at the time I knew that I could do to help her.
Growing more desperate, Emily went to an inpatient psychiatric facility where she was treated for 11 days.
She came home feeling a little bit better, but in hindsight, it was a 2-week goodbye.
Shortly thereafter, while in the car with her father, the unimaginable happened.
I happened to be on the phone with him at the time, and I can hear her rustling in the background and hear the panic building. But then I heard her exit the vehicle, and at that point the phone dropped.
Emily ran into traffic and was killed.
It's my belief that the panic caused her to lose all spatial awareness and drive her to a place that she thought might be safe, that ultimately wasn't.
Eric has channeled his grief into action. He started the Emily Effect, a foundation that provides resources and support to women suffering from pregnancy-related mood disorders.
I think it's time now that we shine the light on what a mother goes through, and we step up those resources to ensure that our mothers have the care that they need.
These changes bring some small comfort to Emily's children.
I love this boy so much.
But there's nothing that can bring back their mom.
Addie, let's see your crazy hair. Give mommy a kiss. Can Jace give mommy a kiss? How come you don't wipe mommy's kisses off?
For Nightline, I'm Dr. Jennifer Ashton in Utah.
Our thanks to Dr. Jen Ashton for her extraordinary reporting tonight. And one more note on this issue. To address this crisis, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists has created guidelines for safer delivery and improved postpartum care. These guidelines have now been implemented in 18 states.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.